visiting with Saukee head coach Paul Petty after a 33-6 win. And coach, you talked about in the pregame show in the contest tonight, you kind of felt like down the stretch, maybe last week, Riverton having a game advantage over you as far as played, as you didn't play week one, was a big advantage. Your kids really finished this game well in the second half.
Yeah, I think when we came out and returned that opening kickoff, it puts us in a lot better spot. But I thought one of the best defensive efforts we've seen in several years, from start to finish. And even when we gave up yards, and even when we made mistakes, we recovered right back from them and shut some decent couple first downs they got on a couple drives, but we shut them down. So we were extremely pleased as far as that goes. We had a great discussion during halftime for both sides of the ball. I think what I said in the first, we had to clean up the three things: the turnovers, the penalties, and the mental mistakes, knowing where your assignments are. I thought we did well on that tonight. We still had some penalties. We still had some missed assignments, and picking up the backers is what we're going to work on a lot. But our run game was there. I thought our pass game was there, and I thought our special teams again played well tonight. The kickoff, when we were able to kick it down to the 2-yard line, and with the speed we had this year to cover, it's fun to watch. That's fun football.
What kind of momentum does it give you to start the game? 13 seconds in, you have a 7-0 lead. You got a kid like Marco Ballinger. You put him back there for a reason.
You sure? And there's no doubt he obviously wasn't with us the first week because of the basketball quarantine, and it got him a late start. Got 5 others a late start, but they've recovered very well. And of course, with Marco, obviously, you're talking about, you pick up the ball, if we can get you to full speed and you don't stop full speed. And we saw him in Riverton. He got into that line and kind of broke down to see what he could find. Came out the next time, and obviously tonight came out where he didn't really break down at all, made one cut, and he was off to the races. And so it's a place we're not used to. So when we can jump out in front, that's why we're taking the ball. We feel our offense is going to put a solid drive like they did against Riverton. We just fumbled on the 3-yard line last week. This week we put the first opening kickoff right in the end zone, and that's what we want to do. We want to score first, and we want to score last.
You go up 13-0 in the first quarter. Porta scores the only touchdown. It's 13-6 at half. Your kids came out and they got a big stop on that first drive of the second half. That's huge because it's very easy for all of a sudden they come out and score, the momentum shifts in a hurry.
Yeah, and we talked about that at halftime. Getting two big advantages for us was, one, getting the stop, 2, getting good field position for us, and we got that because of the stop. I mean, we didn't even allow the first down. So I think that puts us in an obvious good situation. And then the offense comes right out because obviously the offense feeds off the defense and the defense feeds off the offense. And so to me, it's led by the special teams. I mean, I think we're seeing some special teams with a lot of speed that we haven't seen. We still need to clean some stuff up. We missed a couple of PATs. We can't be doing that. And we want JJ to make them all because we know he can't. So we're going to go back to as I said after the game, we got things to still work on, clean up. We got a lot better from last week, and we cleaned them up quickly. We start cleaning this stuff left over up, and we're ready to take these next 3 games on and play just like this tonight.
You score in all 3 phases of the game. You got a special team score, a defensive scoop and score, and then you scored obviously on the offensive side. You'll take that anytime you take the field.
Absolutely, and it's like what we said on each of the special teams and the defensive score. It's been a while since we saw that. As a matter of fact, I think we're 3 years since we had a home win. I think that was my opening game against Riverton 3 years ago. And so it's nice to get the home win for the home crowd who hasn't seen football for a year and a half. And I thought some of the seniors just engaged Grant. I've never seen him play as well as he did tonight.
You didn't really run very many plays on the offensive side, but a couple times, man, they made him really count. You talk about Grattan. Well, he was finishing some runs. You're in the defensive backfield. You see that 225-pound body coming at you. It's not a fun sight.
Yeah, and I think in the third quarter is when you really start seeing those hits that we were providing on defense, and even Gage running on offense. When he lowers his head, it's a hit, and you start seeing that wear on White for a while, and it would. Like I said, what I like the most about this year is the balance. We've got a quarterback that's finding the open receiver. We've got receivers that are catching the ball. We've got balls that are getting the receivers. And it's just going to open up that run game. And tonight, Porta put 6 in the box. We feel with 6 of the 5 linemen and a tight end, we feel we can win that one-on-one battle. And we proved it again tonight. So we hope to just continue that.
I thought McAllister played very well. He stood in the pocket a couple of times when he had pressure right on him, delivered some good balls, and you had receivers who made some good plays on the ball when he did put it in the air.
Absolutely, and I think this week, particularly after the Ribbons game, it gave us a
great example, particularly the first half versus the third and fourth quarter last week.
Really matured
because we can talk a lot more football
and raise that IQ for all 11 guys on the field, and that's what we really have focused on is wanting to advance our game every week. I mean,
we saw an advance.
And we know what we need to do to advance the next week. week, and we hope that we can do that. If we can do it as good as we did this
week, you should see a pretty good game down here at.
You're going to see Smithfield again.
You're not extremely deep on the line side of things, but those skill positions, you saw a kid like Laney Elliott, a sophomore, come in. You're not playing fresh soft games this year, so man, when he touches the ball in the varsity game, maybe some of the only times he touches it, he made the most of it.
Absolutely, and that's the one thing we've talked about is these sophomores that we're playing up perhaps on defense. They still need their offensive reps because they'll be them starters next year in the fall, which is 6 months away, 7 months away. So it's important that we get those reps. Having a game like tonight where he can get a quality quarter of reps is all the difference in the world because those guys deserve their reps just like the seniors do.
Last thing, I know when you guys left the field last week, there was a feeling of disappointment because your kids knew that was probably one that got away. The excitement as they came back toward the grandstand tonight after the game has to put a smile on your face as a coach.
Yeah, and we talked about, even before the first game, we talked about three things that the reason we lose.
A football, you turn the ball over.
You have penalties, and you have mental breakdowns on assignments. And outside of that, we know the technique for a lot of our athletes is there. Some of it's improving every practice we get into. And so I think they understood we lost that game week 1, week 2, but week
1 to us.
Because of those three things, and I think tonight you saw us clean it up a little bit, but still we have to clean it up more. We're getting ready to face New Berlin and Auburn, and so that has to be almost mistake-free.
33-6, the final in this one. You get New Berlin for homecoming next week. You'd like to see a couple more folks in the stands, I think.
I know it's chilly. The kids warmed up really well, and I think it was a great football game. That's a great win.
Coach, congratulations.
You bet.
That's Saukee head coach Paul Petty. Saukee's won this one 33-6 over Porta.